evening. Do I have a motion to adjourn the agenda meeting?
I'll move.
Second.
Roll call?
Mr. Bidwell.
Yes.
Mrs. DeSenza.
Yes.
Mr. Giordano.
Yes.
Mrs. McAvoy.
Yes.
Mrs. Downing.
Yes.
Mr. Schubager.
Yes.
Mrs. Torella.
Yes. Thank you. I'd like to call to order the regular business meeting of the Lacey Township Board of Education, May 18, 2015. Adequate notice of this meeting was forwarded to the Asbury Park Press and the Beacon on January 7, 2015 by posting the notice in the Forked River Post Office and the Lenoka Harbor Post Office, and by filing a copy of the notice with the Lacey Township Clerk as required by the Open Public Meeting Law. Would everybody please join me in a salute of the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I see a wonderful crowd out here with lots of young, beautiful children with smiling faces. We need to do a few boring business things first, and then we'll get to the exciting stuff. So I apologize. We'll try to go quickly. And moving to page 19 of your agenda, do I have a motion to approve the board minutes for the agenda meeting on April 20th, 2015?
Second.
Roll call?
Mr. Bidwell.
Yes.
Mrs. DeSenza.
Yes.
Mr. Giordano.
Yes.
Mrs. McAvoy.
Yes.
Mrs. Downing.
Yes.
Mr. Schubager.
Yes.
Mrs. Torella.
Yes. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes for the board meeting, regular meeting, April 20th,
Move.
2000?
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Bidwell.
Yes.
Mrs. DeSenza.
Yes.
Mr. Giordano.
Yes.
Mrs. McAvoy.
Yes.
Mrs. Downing.
Yes.
Mr. Schubager.
Yes.
Mrs. Torella.
Yes. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes for private session for April 20th, 2015?
Move. Second.
Roll call?
Mr. Bidwell.
Yes.
Mrs. DeSenza.
Yes.
Mr. Giordano.
Yes.
Mrs. McAvoy.
Yes.
Mrs. Downing.
Yes.
Mr. Schubager.
Yes.
Mrs. Torella.
Yes. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes for the special meeting on April 13th, 2015?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call?
Mr. Bidwell.
Yes.
Mrs. DeSenza.
Yes.
Mr. Giordano.
Yes.
Mrs. McAvoy.
Yes.
Mrs. Downing.
Yes.
Mr. Schubager.
Yes.
Mrs. Torella.
Yes. Thank you. Now on page 34, do I have a motion to approve the bills totaling $6,155,687.09?
Move.
Second.
Roll call?
Mr. Bidwell.
Yes.
Mrs. DeSenza.
Yes on all except item 503400, item 260527, item 953013, item 953014, and item 953015, and I'm passing down a list.
Thank you.
Mr. Giordano.
Yes.
Mrs. McAvoy.
Yes.
Mrs. Downing.
Yes.
Mr. Schubager.
No.
Mrs. Torella.
Yes. Do I have a
Move, please. You got it.
second?
Second.
Roll call?
Mr. Bidwell.
Yes.
Mrs. DeSenza.
Yes.
Mr. Giordano.
Yes.
Mrs. McAvoy.
Yes.
Mrs. Downing.
Yes.
Mr. Schubager.
Yes.
Mrs. Torella.
Yes. Mr. Stein, do you have anything further?
I'll have a motion at the end of the board meeting.
Thank
Add
you.
on.
Thank you. And now to our student representatives. Who would like to go first tonight?
I guess I'll start.
Thank you.
All right, so everything's really wrapping up now. We're in the last, just about month and a half of school now. And with the seniors, we have scholarship night coming up on Wednesday, June 3rd. And we decided on a date for our senior yearbook dinner, which will be June 17th from 5 to 8 p.m. in Cafeteria North. Some other things we have coming up, we have project graduation. That's $35. Seniors need to pay that and fill out their paperwork and hand that into the main office. Prom, ticket sales are finally complete. The prom will be on June 5th at the Carriage House in Galloway. We're really looking forward to that. And for the first time ever, we're going to have a senior field day, which is going to be run by Mr. Mahar and Mrs. Jacobson at Gilly Park during the day of prom. They're going to take the seniors out, go to Gilly, do some field day activities like you would back in elementary school. That should be interesting and fun. Other than that, that's really it for the seniors.
So with student government, we have Mr. Lacey coming up, and signups for boys were April 27th through May 8th. And the show is going to be this Thursday at 6 p.m. That's May 21st, and doors open for admissions at 5:30, and it's $5. And the proceeds from that will have donations being made to the Rainbow Club, the Lacey Food Bank, and Project Graduation. There's a teacher jean day, May 22nd, and teachers will pay $5 to wear jeans, and all of the money will go to the Student Reading Committee. With the freshman class, May 22nd, there will be a fundraiser at Bubba Coos. The sophomores will be holding a speedball tournament May 26th and 27th. And the juniors have a fundraiser going on called Kiss a Senior Goodbye, and you buy a little bag of Hershey Kisses and you could send them to a senior, congratulating them on graduating. And the 8th grade dance, we're going to have volunteers going to help set up on June 12th after school. And the next SGA meeting is June 1st at 1:45 p.m. in Cafeteria South. And that's pretty much it. So we'll read the unsung hero. Is Michaela Samanchek here? You could come up here if you're here. I don't know if she is. No? Okay, well, Michaela is our unsung hero for the month of May. So this month's unsung hero is a girl who does a lot with determination and dedication, yet expects nothing in return. Instead of volunteering for the recognition she does so far for the benefaction of helping those in need. Michaela is a junior who pushes herself daily to be the best student she could be while maintaining great grades and competing in various horseback riding jumper competitions and winning often. She is an active member of our school's National Honor Society and does her own volunteer work on the side, such as participating in multiple polar bear plunges, 5Ks, and other runs for various causes, and several more foundations around the holidays. Michaela volunteers to gift wrap for charity at the mall. This past October, she was crowned a top 15 contestant in Miss New Jersey Teen USA. Whether it is to be a charitable cause or to a friend needing advice, she is always the first person willing to lend a helping hand to someone in need. And this is why Michaela Samanchik is May's unsung hero. So congratulations to Michaela.
Thank you, Paul and Mackenzie. Dr. Brower, would you like to start with your report?
Thank you, President Torello. Good evening, everyone. And I first want to welcome our students, our student achievers, and our honorees. I hope that you're watching Mackenzie and Paul up here on stage and maybe thinking of and aspiring to serve here. It's an awesome experience to be here and to celebrate all of the wonderful things that are happening in Lacey, so I wanted to mention that. And before I call up Mr. Hanshu, our principal here at the high school, and I want to thank all of the high school staff for hosting this incredible meeting. It's one that we really look forward to. I want to share with you that as part of this board's work for our strategic plan, we are going to be embarking on a new program called Thought Exchange, where we'll be seeking your thoughts and ideas about our district as we continue to move forward and plan for years to come, including the year 2020. So I'm going to be asking our staff to assist me to lower the screen, and we're going to show you just a 30-second commercial that is going to start airing on TV 21 tomorrow as we advertise Thought Exchange. So our parents and community members that are here in the audience, you'll be receiving an email to participate in Thought Exchange, so you get a preview of that. And before that screen comes down, I want to just thank the committee who's working with me on Thought Exchange, the board for their support, and especially Mr. Bannon, Ms. Taylor, and Mr. Merriman. and all the students who participated in the commercial. So I want to thank you for that. So, Mr. Henshaw, while you make your way up, the screen's going to come down and the board's going to segue to the side.
Give us your thoughts.
Give us your thoughts.
Give us your thoughts. Give us your thoughts. Give us your thoughts.
Give us your thoughts.
The Lacey Township School District is initiating a thought exchange. You'll be receiving an email soon that will link you to our new Thought Exchange website and give you the opportunity to share your thoughts with the district.
We can't wait to hear what you have to say.
Can we have a round of applause for those people making the Thought Exchange video? And as stakeholders in the school, we invite you to participate in Thought Exchange this year with us, and we hope you do. My name is Jim Henshaw. I am the principal of Lacey Township High School, and every month, if you're not familiar with how we do this, we have our Outstanding Seniors of the Month and Senior Spotlight. So without further ado, I'd like to invite up Olivia Fenton. And what we do is we do a little bit of a taping prior to this event so that you could learn a little bit more about each of our students. So here is Olivia. Hello, I'm Mr. Henshaw, and welcome to Senior Spotlight May, where we meet our outstanding seniors of the month. Joining me now is Olivia Fenton. Olivia is ranked in the top 4% of her class and is very involved in extracurricular activities. She is also an officer in the National Honor Society. Olivia, can you tell us about some of the activities you're involved with?
Well, for 4 years, I was on the varsity tennis and golf teams. As you said, I was the recording secretary for NHS, and I've been in multiple clubs such as FBLA, and my favorite was Heroes and Cool Kids.
All right, so you're the captain of the golf team and the tennis team. Can you tell us about some of your athletic career here at Lacey Township High School?
Well, for tennis, this year I was the first singles player, and I've gotten my varsity letter for 4 years, as I said. For golf, I've been on the varsity team for 4 years, and we've won the OCT, the Ocean County Tournament. And this year, so far, we're 9-0, so we're undefeated.
Congratulations.
Right now.
Well, go Lacey, right? All right, what do you like to do outside of school besides your athletics?
Well, I do play tennis and golf outside, and then I really enjoy biking and baking. I'd say it was probably my favorite thing to do.
Well, if you're ever experimenting with some baking goods, you could always utilize me as a resource, all right?
All right.
What are your future plans?
I'm going to be going to Colgate University, and I'll probably be majoring in sociology with a minor in film and media.
Great school. You're going to be successful. You're going to play tennis?
Thank you.
Golf?
Maybe club. They're D1, so.
Well, you never know.
Yeah.
All right, congratulations, Olivia, on your selection as Senior of the Month. We'll be right back with James Peeney.
On behalf of Lacey School Board, I'd like to thank you for coming and sharing you with all these young kids so they know what to aspire to. And also, are your parents or family here?
Yeah.
Could they please stand up? We'd like to acknowledge their hard work. Thank you very much, and congratulations.
All right, next up is Student of the Month, James Peeney. Here comes James. And I believe James is here with family members. You're in the back, I believe. Would you mind please standing up while James is making his way up to the front? Congratulations. All right, ladies and gentlemen, James Peeney. Welcome back to Senior Spotlight May. Now joining us is Senior of the Month, James Peeney. James is ranked in the top 15% of his class and is the captain of this year's football and lacrosse teams. Can you tell us about your athletic career here at Lacey?
It's been really good. Football I learned my sophomore year, and we had a very successful 12-0 season. And lacrosse I also learned my sophomore year, and we've progressively been better and better. And we also hold Colts Neck on Thursday for our first home state game.
Well, good luck with that.
Thank you.
It's been a very successful season. Can you tell us about some of the community service that you're involved with?
I like to go and help at the local Lacey Moose Lodge, and we'll do like yard work there and stuff. And I also like to go down to the recreational lacrosse, the Pride Club, and on Sundays I'll help with the younger, like 2nd and 3rd grade.
I bet a lot of those younger kids are looking up to you as a senior and a captain of the team. It's very good. What do you like to do outside of school?
I like to play lacrosse, obviously, and riding bikes and just playing around with my neighborhood kids.
All right, the biggest question we ask our seniors, what are your future plans?
I will be attending Wilkes University next year and playing lacrosse for them.
Well, hey, congratulations and good luck.
Thank you.
Congratulations, James, on your selection of Senior of the Month. That's going to wrap up Senior Spotlight May. We'll see you next month.
Congratulations, James. On behalf of the whole school board, we want to congratulate you and your family if they're here. Are they here? Could they stand up? Are they hiding in the back? Thank you. And congratulations on the state game. Best of luck.
All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for allowing us to share our student spotlight with you. And thank you, Board of Education, Dr. Brower. Turn it back over to you. Thank you.
This month, we also have some special honorees as well, and I would like to invite Principal Brewer from the Lenoka Harbor School to join me here on stage. You can give him a nice round of applause. We are going to be recognizing this evening Ryan Lang, and we'd like Ryan to come up, and his teacher, Miss Darlene Price. And I have invited Mr. Brewer because he would be the best person to tell you about their accomplishments. So, Mr. Brewer.
Okay. Well, it takes years to build up the financial savvy to navigate the markets. Many of us know that. But Lenoka Harbor's 4th grader, Mr. Ryan Lang, is decades ahead of the game, having won distinction as the 5th place national winner in the SIFMA Foundation's Invest Right Essay competition with McGraw-Hill Financial. Ryan claims his recognition at the elementary school division for the fall of 2014. Invest Right challenges students to analyze investments and recommend portfolio allocations targeting financial goals. We're going to work together, right? Okay. Ryan is among 20,000 students nationwide who took the Invest Right Challenge this year, developing the personal financial savvy needed to make real-world financial decisions. Way to go, Ryan.
So on behalf of the Board of Education, we would like to present you, Ryan, with a small token of our appreciation of recognizing your amazing accomplishments. Congratulations.
Here tonight with Ryan, we have his proud parents, Mr. Benjamin and Lisa Lang. Would you please stand up? As great an accomplishment as this is, it's important to recognize that the students don't get there by themselves. They have great parents, and they also have great teachers. With us here is also Miss Darlene Price. I just have to point out that this is the second year in a row she's had a student place in this competition. And this doesn't even scratch the surface of what she does for us at Winoka Harbor School. Students do earn the achievements, but the teachers do help along the way. We'd like to recognize her as well.
At this time, I'd like to also invite Mr. Hanshu up, along with Mr. Bannon, because there are several students, too, that we would like to recognize for their achievements in the Delaware Valley Science Fair. So at this time, I would like to invite some of our students who have achieved greatness in the Delaware Valley Science Fair, and Mr. Bannon will tell you a few more things about their accomplishments, but I'd like to invite all of these students up to our stage. Michael Tufano. Tyson Trauger. Jacob Trauger. And they have an amazing teacher too, and his name is Mr. John Kuzan, and I'd like to invite him up to this stage.
These gentlemen here won the science contest here, the science fair that we hold at the high school. They then went on from here to represent us at 2 different science fairs, including the Delaware Valley Science Fair, where they did an amazing job competing against students all over this area. And really, their projects were outstanding, as we saw here, and unbelievable work, as they said, on representing us. And again, I'd like to recognize Mr. John Kuzan, who is their teacher in the STEM program, that helped them along this way. So, round of applause for all of them, please.
What an amazing feat. And one of the things that I think really impressed me more than anything is how our STEM program has really helped our students in our district advance and realize all the great scientific challenges that afford them. And it's interesting, when you win the Delaware Valley Science Award Fair, I've seen this time and time again with our other graduates. It really helps them with college applications, and it's helped many of our students get into wonderful colleges. So congratulations. It's very impressive, all the work you've done. Michael, thank you on behalf of the Lacey School Board. And Tyson? And maybe the most important thing is to recognize the families that help support these children get to school every day. Could you please stand? Thank you for sharing your children with us. Congratulations. Great job.
What you might not know is every few months I meet with our leadership of our presidents of all of our PTOs, PTGs, PTSAs, and receiving some feedback. We are going to change direction and course a little bit, starting with this evening. And invite and recognize the community members who continue to support our school district, our schools, and our students. So it is an honor for me tonight to let you know that one of our donors is here this evening, and I'm going to mention a little bit about that. But tonight, the board will be accepting donations from Home Depot of Lacey, Jersey Mike Subs, Mr. and Mrs. Michael Kirchner, Mr. and Mrs. Van Zandt, General Mills, and Ms. Joyce Rager. And you'll find their donations in the agenda. But at this time, I'd like to share with you that Mr. John Hurley is here from Jersey Mike Subs, and at his store, he designated a month of giving, and he is tonight presenting a check to Mill Pond School in the amount of $3,517. And I would like to invite him up right now with that check, along with Dr. Kopak.
Hi, how are you? Every year, Jersey Mike's nationally does what we call the Month of Giving. Every March, we pick charities, and it's not a national charity. Each store picks something local. And this year, I chose the Mill Pond Elementary School because I felt we could always help the kids at the school. And it was a phenomenal success. First, I'd love to thank my staff because there was a lot of pressure on them. We were very busy because everyone came out, so I want to thank them first. But I want to thank the students, the parents, the community, because they did a phenomenal job. They actually doubled the total from last year for the Mill Pond School this year. So great job by them, and I just want to say thank you to the community.
Thank you very much. And here's the real check. So I will turn this over to Mr. Savage, but we could not do it without our community. It's amazing what people are able to do. So we thank all our business owners and everyone who contributes, and you'll see everybody on page 71. But thank you so much for all your efforts.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else here tonight that'll be recognized for their donation? I just want to make sure. Okay. So at this time, it is an honor and my pleasure to begin the program to recognize our students who are here. And tonight, we will be recognizing students who have achieved a perfect score on the New Jersey Ask. And I will tell you, for those of you in the audience who have not taken the New Jersey Ask, it is quite a challenging test. And what it shows is that these students took the test seriously, they gave it their best, and they gave it their all. And it's not just about demonstrating what they know. What they also did was demonstrate for us what they can do and their potential. So at this time, I would like to thank you for making us shine. Thank you for working so hard and taking your schoolwork so seriously. And at this time, I'd like to thank Dr. Clark and invite her to the podium because Dr. Clark and her secretary, Ms. Seegoff, put together an amazing program to recognize your achievements. So, Dr. Clark.
Thank you, Dr. Brower, and good evening. Very exciting night, and it's just so awesome to look out at all of your smiling faces and know that you are representing the Lacey Township School District in such a positive way. So as Dr. Brower mentioned, this is the very first recognition for this evening, and it is a group that we have come to affectionately call our New Jersey Ask Perfect 300ers. And yes, the title may be all ours, but the accomplishment is all theirs. There are very few things in life we can call perfect. Think about this. In the last 135 years, only 23 Major League Baseball pitchers have pitched a perfect baseball game. And I think you'd all agree that back in 2009, for those of you who remember, Captain Sully Sullenberger maneuvered a perfect landing of his airplane on the Hudson River after his plane struck a flock of Canadian geese. Everybody remember that? That was a perfect landing on the Hudson River. And remarkably, Captain Sully saved 150 lives that day. So there's no doubt getting to perfect is hard. And it takes hard work and dedication. So tonight, I am beyond proud to announce that 98 of our students across grades 3 through 8 earned a perfect 300. While we all know that students participated in the new PARCC test recently, tonight's recognition reflects performance on last year's New Jersey Ask test in language arts, literacy, math, and science. The highest score that a student can earn, I've already mentioned, is a 300, and that's pretty darn perfect. So join me for another round of applause for this amazing accomplishment. I will now call each of you onto the stage to receive a certificate and a medal for your amazing work and achievement. And President Terrell is going to join me here at the podium to hand out your certificates. And boys and girls, what you're going to do is come up, you're going to walk behind me, get your certificate, and way down on the other end of the stage, you're going to receive your Medal of Academic Achievement from Dr. Brower, and then you're going to exit the stairs over on that end and return to your seat. So let's get started. Our first certificate of the evening is Victoria Androsi. Haley Omak. Patrick Banfield. Corey Becker. Melvin Bravo. Dylan Breen. Ethan Broom. Ryan Busing. Cameron Callis. Jade Carluccio. John Carr. Stephen Carano. Natalie Cesaretti. Anthony Chen. Andrew Shanique. Daniel Clancy. Ariana Cole. Connor Collins. Anthony Cooper. Megan Castilla. Jonathan Cronin. Matthew Cronin. Ethan Crouch. Avery Cunningham. Nicholas Diodetta. Lita DeSerio. Daniel DePaulo. Callista Dodaro. Emily Downs. Matthew DiUlisi. Ryan Durkin. Robert Eckert. Kaylee Fastow. John Fedlam. Jake Finlow. Christopher Furlinghouse. Ryan Galella. Hunter Gant. Adeline Garcia. Riley Giordano. Ava Granham. Carson Goodzak. Hunter Gutierrez. Ryan Hanaway. Lauren Haynes. Nicholas Hicks. Erica Halauka. Laura Lee Homey. Carson Howard. Dominic Iorio. Madeline James. Caitlin Jerebeck. Ryan Kazenmeyer. Sean Kelly. John Kim. Joseph Kim. James Kim. Brianna Kolizgowski. Ryan Lang. Ayla Lehman. Jacob Lodge. Joshua Lynch. Aiden Lytle. Alexander Lytle. Caitlin Merlin. Ryan Mahoney. Daniel McClung. Matthew McWeeny. Alexander McWeeny. Rylan Messina. Nicholas Morandi. David Murphy. Ryan Naden. Lily Oberhauser. Zoe Penna. Andrew Pessolano. Ryan Price. Sarah Quigley. Quentin Reamer. Ashley Rotino. Tyler Santana. Preston Shannon. William Simunek. Raina Sokolowski. Ashley Springer. Nicholas Sprawl. Rokas Stankokis. Hannah Starner. Abby Stevens. John Stevens. Trevor Toft. Martin Toohey. Courtney Voskenyan. Zachary Wade. David Wilson. Brianna Wickstead. Sarah Zimmerman. And last but certainly not least, Gabriel Zonin. How about another round of applause for those perfect 300ers? All right, we're not done yet. The second group of students to be recognized this evening are our grade 7 Johns Hopkins SAT scholars. For over 25 years, the Johns Hopkins University Center for Talented Youth has offered services to help our nation's top students excel. The students whose names I'm about to announce were eligible because they each scored advanced proficient on both the language arts and math, New Jersey asked, during the spring of their grade 6 school year. On January 24th, 2015, each of them participated in the SAT, the same SAT that high school students participate during their junior and senior years. As used by the Johns Hopkins Center for Talented Youth, the SAT provides more information about a child's mathematical and reading verbal strengths. How is that? The SAT establishes a much higher ceiling than the grade level exams children normally take. A child who tests in higher percentiles of the SAT is an excellent candidate for more challenging coursework and other modifications to a school curriculum. Such information should have a great impact on the future educational pathways that each of these students takes, and I have no doubt, that we will be hearing the next 29 names for the next 6 years as they go through their educational career in the Lacey Township School District. So please join me in congratulating each and every one of them for their accomplishments. It's a huge feat, and I know we're going to hear great things from them in years to come. So round of applause to each and every one of them. And ladies and gentlemen, the same thing, you're going to come up, get your certificate from Board President Torella, make your way across the stage to get your medal from Dr. Brower, and exit over on the other side. So let's start with Haley Omack. Corey Becker. Melvin Bravo. Jade Carluccio. Anthony Chen. Joseph Kim. Daniel McClung. Ryan Price. Dylan Denko. Madison Dennehy. Nicholas Gennardi. Michael Glenn. Emma Harkin. Trey Kennis. Haley Corwin. Michael Kudlasik. Julia Kuzan. Brooke Lawrence. Lauren Massiocci. Sean McKenzie. Emma Riley. Julia Sheridan. Jordan Smith. Haley Stevenson. Jenna Striffler. Emma Triano. Lucas Whalen. Abby Wilson. And Rachel Zimmer. Once again, congratulations, Mr. Hanshu. I have no doubt that you're going to be seeing and hearing these names over and over again when they get to you at Lacey Township High School. Congratulations. Another round of applause.
Sorry. Thank you so much for allowing us to celebrate your achievements with us. We are so very proud of you. Before we continue, I just want to also invite you to either pick up the superintendent's report out here, if there's still some available, but also online. And I want to recognize Peyton Chung, who decorated this month's superintendent's report, and for all the students who have done that. Thank you so much. And also, at this time, I'd also like to invite you to take a look at the cover of our agenda, which recognizes our Teachers of the Year for this year. It is an amazing opportunity for me to celebrate and recognize these amazing teachers. You've seen a few already tonight, but the process that we go through to identify teachers who have set themselves apart is a rigorous one. It is not an easy one. And they represent the very best of what we do. Our teachers are dedicated, they are caring, they are innovative, and they are instilling in your children, our students, each and every day, the importance of working hard, of trying your best, and of problem solving and of the skills of communication. These teachers are just incredible. We are so fortunate to have them on staff, and I, at this time, would like to bring our principals up so that they can tell you a little bit more about them. Dr. Clark, did you want to add anything to that?
No, other than we are extremely proud of our teachers. They're remarkable. It was a process, and each and every one of them were nominated by their peers and their administrators, and we are all so very proud to call them our 2015-2016 Teachers of the Year. And with that, I think we're going to start with Mrs. Reneska, principal of Cedar Creek Elementary School.
Wonderful.
Good evening and welcome. Thank you. And congratulations to all of our students. That is an amazing achievement. On behalf of all the principals, congratulations. I'm very honored and proud to present to you Cedar Creek Elementary School's Teacher of the Year, Mrs. Marnie Zito. Marnie, would you please join me up on stage?
So, our student achievers are anxious to get home to work on their homework, and so why don't we give them a minute to do that? You are certainly welcome to stay with us to celebrate our Teachers of the Year, but certainly I can see that you're off to your studies and reading and writing and math and art and music and science. Look, there they go. All right, that's fine. Oh, no, I don't know. It's amazing.
It's a message, huh? No, I think, no, I could have told you last year, I remember giving around there's many people knowing it's time we got to the teachers too.
I don't remember a lot of people here. I remember everyone was saying homework, I think.
I don't know. I really love it.
Of course.
You know, it's an hour for them.
It's already 8:30.
All right.
Some of them came all the way
Oh.
by the time
So I'm going to go down and take pictures, and this way I can tweet them out.
I need to. We should have to take pictures.
Why don't I have Will do it? I'll have him do it.
Here, you know what? My phone takes awesome pictures. You want me to? A 6 Plus.
Oh, I don't know that.
Will to do it?
Can you ask Will to do it, please? This is a tough
I don't
meeting
remember
tonight.
You know what? She remembers all your
I don't know. I do.
She's going to take pictures. Star's taking pictures.
Okay, we're going to continue our meeting, and we're going to be taking your pictures, our Teachers of the Year, just so that you know. And we have another photographer in the house too, so that's awesome. Okay, Mrs. Renuska, I think we are ready to continue. I just want to.
All of our guests in the back or in the rear of the auditorium, you're more than welcome to join us up front. There's plenty of room. All right, so I will start over, and good evening. I'm very honored and proud to present to you Cedar Creek Elementary School's Teacher of the Year, Mrs. Marnie Zito. Would you please join me on stage?
I don't know what's more exciting, the plaque or the gift card, but thank you for everything you've done for our district. And I know that you've influenced lots of friends.
Mrs. Zito is joined this evening by her family, her husband Jeff, her son Colton, her parents Carol and Alan, her brother-in-law Dave, her friends and colleagues from Cedar Creek. Would you please stand? Thank you. Marnie began her career in the Lacey Township School System 10 years ago, in 2005. She holds a degree in sociology and earned her teaching certificates in elementary education and special education. She also holds her master's degree in special education. She began her teaching career in our primary multi-age program, grades 1 and 2, and is currently teaching our self-contained special education class, kindergarten through 2nd grade. Marnie is a very active member of our learning community. Mrs. Zito teaches our after-school social skills program. She serves as a co-chair of our Career Day and Sunshine committees. She is an active member of our Spirit Committee, a grade-level coordinator, and volunteers and participates in many PTA and school activities, such as our Fall Festival, Book Fair Family Nights, volleyball, ice cream bingo, and Mare Family Night. Mrs. Zito also teaches our special needs children during the summer in our extended school year program. I would like to recognize and thank Marnie for her tireless efforts to enrich the lives of the young people that she teaches. And I will say that I have witnessed firsthand the incredible dedication and devotion which drives her to do what is truly in the best interest of the children. When I think of Marnie, I think of this. If a child can't learn the way we teach, then maybe we should teach the way they learn. That is Mrs. Zito's classroom. She engages, energizes, and inspires her students through instructional rotations and center activities that are individualized and driven by each student's abilities. Mrs. Zito has the gift and the ability to prepare her students to be lifelong learners, critical thinkers, problem solvers, and responsible citizens. While they are in her class, they are the most important people in her life, and when the children feel important, they will come to know that their education is important. They are respected for what they can do and loved for who they are. That is Marnie Zito. Every child deserves a champion, an adult who will never give up on them, who understands the power of connection. Marnie insists that each of her students become the best that they can possibly be. So I thank you, Mrs. Zito, and congratulations for being selected as Cedar Creek's Teacher of the Year. At this time, I would like to invite my esteemed colleague, Mr. Eric Fiedler, to the stage.
Good evening, Dr. Brower, Dr. Clark, members of the Board of Education, and good evening to all of our audience members who are here. And on behalf of all of us at the Forked River School, I am honored to introduce our 2015 Teacher of the Year, Mrs. Tiffany Fisher. Mrs. Fisher was born in Toms River, New Jersey, and is a graduate from Southern Regional High School. She went on to Georgian Court University to major in elementary and special education, and during her senior year completed her student teaching internship right here in Lacey with Mrs. Steinberg at Mill Pond Elementary School. Soon after graduation, Mrs. Fisher attained a New Jersey certification to teach elementary education, special education. She holds a highly qualified status for teaching language arts and history. Soon after graduating Georgian Court University, Mrs. Fisher was hired in the Lacey Township Board of Education as a special education teacher at the Forked River School. After 5 years teaching in our special education department, Mrs. Fisher is now in her second year as a fourth grade classroom teacher at our school. She prides herself on providing her students with an academically rigorous, team-oriented learning environment where her students feel safe, valued, and well cared for. She strives to develop innovative, differentiated instructional opportunities that serve to meet her students' varied academic abilities as well as their social and emotional needs. Mrs. Fisher's strong work ethic and dedication to the profession extends beyond her instructional responsibilities. She supports our school-wide initiatives through her participation in our Family Literacy Fair, Mare Night, holds an all-star status on the Forked River School's three-time championship volleyball team. Thank you. And in addition, Mrs. Fisher serves on the planning committees for our Helping Hands, School Spirit Committee, and the district's Elementary Literacy Adoption Committee. Mrs. Fisher has been quoted as saying, "I continuously adapt my instruction in order to tap into each child's unique learning style. Ultimately, my goal is to help each child find success while boosting their self-efficacy. In an effort to meet the needs of a diverse population of students, I am constantly challenging myself to discover and implement innovative teaching methods, and I have to emphasize this, for every child in my class. Mrs. Fisher is joined tonight by her husband, Tom. Her sister, Lindsay, known to many of our students as Miss McCallum, and her father, Mr. McCallum. Thank you, Mr. McCallum. On behalf of all past and present students and staff members of the Forked River School, congratulations, Mrs. Fisher, for being named the Forked River School's 2015 Teacher of the Year. At this time, I'm happy to introduce my esteemed colleague from the Lenoka Harbor School, Principal Brewer.
Tonight, I am honored to introduce the Lenoka Harbor School's Teacher of the Year, Miss Elise Winkle. Miss Winkle was born in Toms River, New Jersey, to Dan and Kathy Winkle. As a lifelong resident of Lacey Township, Ms. Winkle graduated from this very high school in 2002 and then attended Montclair State University. As an undergraduate student, Ms. Winkle earned a degree in psychology, as well as all-conference and MVP honors as a member of the field hockey team, a sport that she still plays today in a recreational league. Ms. Winkle also attended Georgian Court University, graduating in 2009 with a master's in education, a certification in school counseling. She also holds a supervisor certificate and is currently working on the requirements necessary for her director's certificate as well. Ms. Winkle began her career here in Lacey Township in 2010. Since that time, she has brought a tremendous amount of energy, dedication, and good feelings to Lenoka Harbor Elementary. She is a member of our charitable funds and sunshine committees, which have the purpose of brightening the days of others and assisting those within our building who are in need. She has also founded our Hero Club, Lunch Bunch, and is currently working on a tolerance initiative that will include a building-wide thematic learning that coincides with our current curriculums. Some would say that she simply brightens up Lenoka just by walking through the doors. I have to say I disagree. Although she makes it look easy, there's a tremendous amount of effort that goes into it each and every day. This year, she managed to anonymously deliver a flower along with a motivational message that was tailored to each individual, to each member of our staff. So I guess it's not anonymous anymore, but you get the point. Her energy, her caring, her love of life, it's unmatched. I am extremely proud of this woman here tonight and truly honored to say that I work with her. You see, Ms. Winkle and I go back a ways when she was a student here at the high school and I was a teacher and a dean of discipline. Many a bagel did I receive as a bribe from a certain young lady who would be arriving late to school. But as I look back on that young person, I realized that this is part of what makes her what she is today. She's an incredible counselor and an incredible teacher. She understands the nature of children, the value of setting boundaries, the lessons that are learned through consequences, and the need for compassionate guidance. Tonight we are joined by Ms. Winkle's mother, Kathy, her father, Dan, her sister, Tricia, and her adorable beast of a son, Harrison. And Chris is here too tonight. Would you please stand up? On behalf of the entire Lenoka family, past and present, I want to congratulate Ms. Winkle on being selected as the 2015 Lenoka Harbor School Teacher of the Year. Ms. Winkle, as you said to us many times, we love your face. Thank you very much. He's not even 2 yet.
Wow.
He's dancing in front of the picture.
Not even two.
It's going.
When he's playing defensive end for Penn State, I expect some tickets. At this time, it is my honor to introduce Dr. Kopak from the Mill Pond School.
Thank you, Mr. Brewer, and good evening, Dr. Brower, Dr. Clark, and members of the Board of Education. On behalf of the Mill Pond Elementary School, I'd like to welcome Mrs. Jackie Subsey to the stage. Jackie is joined tonight here by her husband, Chris Subsey, daughter Lindsay, sons Brian and Brendan, her sister Marilyn Bowlayer, as well as Jackie's father, Bernie Schneider, and mother, Susan Schneider. Please at this time join us by standing so we can congratulate you in this honor as well. Jackie has developed and continues to teach the autistic program at Mill Pond. Jackie has established a comprehensive special needs program and expands upon the social skills curriculum by helping to support the needs of each child in her classroom. As the co-chair of the Proud Paws, Jackie continues to provide innovative special projects with students that encourage school spirit, raise money for charities, including Children with Cancer for Ocean of Love, and the Leukemia Lymphoma Society. Jackie has worked to coordinate our Veterans Day Assembly each year and helps all of our students realize the value of giving back to the community. Every year, Jackie works with our veterans, works with her father, puts on a fantastic program for the whole entire community to come into Mill Pond, and does it each year with such great success. Jackie, as we appreciate and celebrate all of our teachers and professional staff within the district and our Teachers of the Year, on behalf of the Mill Pond community, we congratulate you for being Mill Pond's Teacher of the Year. At this time, I'd like to welcome my esteemed colleague, Mr. King, from the middle school.
Board of Education, Dr. Brower, Dr. Clark, friends and family, it is my honor to introduce the 2015 Teacher of the Year, Mr. Michael Howell. Mr. Howlett's joined this evening by his wife Samantha and his in-laws and friends and family. Please recognize them. Inspiring, creative, advanced, engaging, all words that can easily describe any class that Mr. Howlett's running. There's a lot more to that than just those buzzwords we use in education. The students are there to realize the importance of science on their lives, on the lives of their future, and how they can make an impact every day from this point forward. Mr. Howlett is a bit of a mad scientist. He's Mr. Wizard. He comes to me with I'll call them ideas. I'll call them creative ideas. My job is to only say yes with the catchphrase, please don't blow anything up. I am proud to announce at this point, nothing has blown up, Dr. Brower,
That's good.
and we expect this to go for a long time.
That's promising.
Mr. Howitz reaches a lot further than just the classroom. He works with our special needs students, and again, gets them engaged in any activity, whether it's feeding the animals, taking care of things, being part of presentations that he's doing. It's an amazing gift he has to reach every student. From the most advanced, academically superior student to the student who's struggling. He makes science a very real, very tangible thing for them. That's not very easy to do. Being a science teacher, he also has the honor of answering all questions about ichthyology, mammalogy, ornithology, botany, any injured animal that gets brought into school, any missing thing. He gets the first question of how can we save it, how can we fix it? Without fault, it gets a tank, a home, rehabilitated, and if possible, released back into the wild. Walking into his classroom is like going to the zoo, whether it be the turtles that he's raised. He has a diamondback terrapin that we've had for 5-6 years now, named Luna, who sits in our foyer that everyone gets to see. He also helps raise baby diamondback terrapins for the county. I'm proud to say Lacey Township Middle School has the fattest and healthiest diamondback terrapins in Ocean County, bar none. Finally, I think the biggest honor I can give him is that being a former science teacher myself, I would be proud to be a student in his classroom. I'm not going to ask him what grade I would get, but I would be proud to be a student in his class. It is my pleasure once again to introduce the 2015 Lacey Township Middle School Teacher of the Year, Mr. Michael Howat. It is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Hanshu, Principal of Lacey Township High School.
All right, last but not least, Lacey Township High School. I am proud to introduce to you the Lacey Township Teacher of the Year for 2015, Mrs. Sally DiPaolo. While Mrs. DiPaolo makes her way up to the front stage, I would like to introduce to you her husband, Mike. Mike, if you'd please stand. And friends and relatives. Sally has a 16-year-old daughter, Alicia, who is babysitting her 3-year-old son, Joey, and I don't think we have any phone calls yet this evening. All's well at home? Okay, all things well back at home. Mrs. DiPaolo completed her college education by attending 2 schools. She first attended the University of North Wales and then transferred these credits and graduated from the Open University in Liverpool in 2001. After leaving her family in the United Kingdom, she came to Ocean County and took her first teaching position in Lakewood High School. Now, this can be a little bit confusing, so stay with me. She worked there 3 years, 2 as a full-time substitute teaching French, and then she got a contract for 1 year teaching French. Fortunately, in 2009, she interviewed with us at Lacey Township High School in the Lacey Township School District, and ladies and gentlemen, the rest is history. She has been with us ever since. She currently is our solo French teacher, and she is our senior class advisor. As the advisor, she's responsible for working with her senior students and promoting and organizing the prom, graduation, senior raffle, speedball tournaments, and all activities that surround our senior class. She volunteers her time in working with the International Club, where she assists in the promoting of world languages at the high school. As a French teacher, Ms. DiPaolo teaches each of our 4 classes, French 1, French 2, French 3, and French 4. Very good. She does all of our French classes. Her class rosters are loaded, and I don't know if she knows this or not, and I don't want to let the cat out of the bag. We're actually going to move her to one of our biggest classes so we can make sure she optimizes the number of students she has in each of her sections. It's amazing how she works with our students. And you'll find that not only does she have these maximum numbers in her classes, but with her talents that make our school so unique, where else can you find a lady with a British accent teaching French? It's just absolutely amazing. In short, The students love her, respect her, and learn from her. We are blessed to have her as part of our faculty. When she was hired back in 2009, her employment packet described her as an excellent teacher, having a great personality with the kids, and she would go the extra mile. That is still true today. If you ask her about her teaching position in Lacey Township High School, and she has to say this, I was going to try to get the accent, but I can't do it, she would tell you, you gotta say this.
I know it. I know
Okay.
what it is. I died and went to teach a heaven.
Yes, she died and went to teach in heaven. I can't say it that way. But be true, we are blessed to have Mrs. DiPaolo as one of our teachers at Lacey Township High School. Congratulations, Sally, from all of us at the high school, from your staff, from the students. Thank you for everything you do.
Thank you so much. Congratulations again to our Teachers of the Year and to our principals who did such an amazing job telling us about them. So I know that they too have homework, principals and teachers alike. So this is a great opportunity for you to also consider exiting stage left. I see them all running. And I'm going to continue in the efforts of time. Members of the Board of Education, I'd like to let you know that on April 21st, I received a letter from the Assistant Commissioner of Education advising us that we have completed the Quality Single Accountability Continuum Review, also affectionately known as QSAC, and in 5 areas: instruction and program, fiscal management, governance, operations, and personnel. We have scored in the following areas: 83% instruction, 96% fiscal management, 98% governance, 90% operations, 100% personnel, and that we have Lacey Township will be recommended to the State Board of Education as a high-performing public school district in New Jersey for a period of 3 years, beginning today. I want to thank all of the administrators who worked tirelessly on the QSAC monitoring process under the leadership and guidance of Dr. Clark, and it is a requirement that I report those scores out, and my requirements are now met. And that concludes the report of the superintendent.
Thank you. Next, I'll open the floor to comments from residents, and you can just come up to the podium and state your name and address. The podium's over here, sir.
This one.
Right down, right in front. Thank you. If you could just state your name and your address.
Sorry, Mrs. Terrell.
Oh, I'm sorry.
My allergies have been acting up today, so.
Oh, okay, because I can hardly
We
hear
can't
you.
hear you. I don't think
Okay. How's this now?
There you go. Better.
Thank you. I lost my voice today. I lost everything with the allergies.
Oh, I understand.
I thought I could make it through the whole thing, but it didn't happen. I only have one comment tonight.
And I'm sorry, what is your name, sir?
Oh, I'm sorry. Peter DePrado, 111 Fox Hollow Drive, Lenoka Harbor. And my one question is to Mr. Stein. Mr. Stein, are you either a salaried employee or a contracted professional? I see that you receive the billable hours, but also a $10,000 salary paid to Mr. Stein each year by the board. Why is this the case? And that's the only thing I have to say tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
And why don't I just go ahead and answer that, since it really has to do with contract the Board of Education has with Mr. Stein. Basically, the meetings that he attends, those are paid at a rate of $10,000 a year for all the meetings that he attends, and then the other work he does for the board is billed hourly. The contract we revisit every year, and we're in that process of doing so now.
Okay. Since I'm up here, I want to ask one more question. Is Mr. Stein getting any medical benefits? Is he paying into it or not?
No.
No?
No.
Oh,
He does
okay.
not receive medical benefits.
Okay. And thank you very much. That's all I had.
Thank you.
Okay.
Is there anyone else? Right here, sir? I'm sorry, it's hard to see down there. Come on up. No, it's not that, it's the lighting.
Frank DeSenza, 233 Sunset Drive in Forked River. Teacher of 32 years. I appreciate the profession, and I want to thank everybody on the board for what they do. Everybody here works. You work very hard. You don't have to do what you're doing. You don't get paid for it. You had a long day, traffic, and you're here tonight, and I thank you. All I ask of you, as I hear from other people, is to be as prudent with our monies as you possibly can when you make decisions regarding the schools. We'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Karen Martinak, 217 Amy Way, Lenoka Harbor. This weekend I had the privilege of watching my son graduate from George Washington University in Washington, D.C., where many of his roommates, classmates, came from schools like the Kent School, Hun, Petty, and many other private schools. He was the kid that came from a public school. And I just want to say that Lacey does a fine job of educating our children, because we got to watch him this weekend not only graduate, but graduate in the top 5% of the business school at the George Washington University. For what we pay per student to educate our children are getting a great education. And part of it is that tonight I had the privilege, because I do teach in Lacey, to watch 5 of my former students, Olivia Fenton, Michaela Samanchek, Padraic Banfield, Emma Triano, and Abby Stevens, be rewarded for the things that they've done, whether it is 300 on the New Jersey Ask, whether it's Student of the Month. And the overriding theme is parents who work with teachers. While my son was here, we worked with the teachers who were here, so that from the gift of a year, when he had T1 in his early beginnings, to him taking AP Physics, because John Kuzan was just a great teacher, he was educated so well that he could hang with these other students who came from much more expensive schools. And I just want to thank every one of the teachers who had a hand in bringing my son to where he was this weekend. And so I just wanted to do this out in public. And there were so many teachers that I don't want to name them all. Some have retired. But I would like to thank you, the board, also for hiring the best and the brightest and making our students able to hang with the best and the brightest. Thank you.
Congratulations. Is there anyone else? I don't see any other hands. I'm sorry, was there anyone else? I don't think so. No? Okay. I'll close private session. Public comment. Are there any board reports? Okay. Okay. Why don't we go right into board comment then? And I'll start to my right with Mr. Bidwell.
Thank you, President Torella. I'll keep it brief because it is now officially 9:10. If this is not the kind of meeting that gets you pumped up and excited about all the things that we're accomplishing here in this town, I don't know what ever will. I mean, the fact that we had 98 students score a perfect score on the NJ Ask blows my mind. That's amazing to me. Add on top of that 35 that were honored by Johns Hopkins, 6 Teachers of the Year, and it's just an amazing place to be, and I'm very proud to be a part of this board and excited about what the future holds. Unfortunately, in the years to come, this meeting is going to be even longer because we're going to have 200 students that are going to get a perfect score, and we're going to spend a lot more time up here having them come across the stage. And that's my comment for this evening.
Thank you. I look forward to that. Thank you. Mrs. DeSenza?
Yes, thank you.
Congratulations to our Students of the Month, Unsung Hero, and all the Teachers of the Year, and to all the award winners and the students the superintendent has recognized this month. This was another very busy month. Now that the budget is finished, the board is focused on many other issues. I attended many school events this month, and I finally had an opportunity to hear the jazz band at the after-school enrichment presentation. They sounded fantastic. I missed the spring band concert Thursday night, May 14th, to attend the New Jersey School Board Association county meeting in Lakewood. And Saturday morning, I represented Lacey at the New Jersey School Board Association Delegate Assembly in Mercer County. And from what I understand, no one from the district had attended the Delegate Assembly in the past 5 years. The budget public hearing on May 4th was well attended, and I thank all those that took the time to come and speak. On Friday, May 8th, I got a copy of the final budget projection details. I spent a couple of hours tallying up some numbers from within that newly approved budget. These are just a few of the reasons why I could not vote yes on that budget. Terminal leave compensation, $719,000. 6-period stipend funds, $605,000. Clothing allowance, $65,000. The big ticket item benefits for the 2015-16 school year is anticipated at $15,875,000, less the $2.5 million state-required employee contributions, equals a grand total to the taxpayers of $13,375,000. Divide this by a population of the township of approximately 28,000, and that equals a $477 liability per resident of this township. For a household of 4, that equates to $1,908. I think that's a lot of money to ask of the taxpayers just for benefits. Many people have been asking me in ShopRite and other places they see me, how's it going? And I have to tell everyone it's been a rough 5 months. There's a lot of work to do when you're on the board. 3 times I had to use Oprah requests to get records as a public official. People can't believe it, but it's true. I asked for certain documents, sometimes in writing and sometimes in person, and I waited. Sometimes no one contacted me about the records I asked for, so I filed the Oprah requests. At least under the law, I can get documentation in 8 days. I have since made my first request for specific legal records from 2013 on April 29th. The item has not yet become available to me, but I am patient. The records I had sought were the bonding documents concerning the debt of the district. I asked for the 2006 bond document in which the district borrowed $24.6 million. I also asked to see again the $19.8 million 2009 solar bond document. It had been many years since I had last reviewed it. I wanted to see what all the debt was for, along with other significant information contained in these documents. The board president has stated that we all have equal powers sitting here, but funny I don't feel that way after filing 3 Oprah requests since January. Public officials are entitled to any information, and no public official in this state should be using Oprah requests to get records. I will ask questions, and I will ask for documentation, especially if that documentation could guide future decisions. When I can't get questions answered, I will seek out the information as I need to. I do not want to be accused of acting alone, and I am trying very hard not to micromanage. I have read some articles about this topic, and there are certain things board members can do and certain things we should not do. For the most part, the CSA, the chief school administrator, the superintendent, Dr. Brower is in charge. The board president has certain duties. I found a very thorough article on the NJSBA site, but I did not see anything about deciding who gets what records, when, and how. I need information to make appropriate decisions for both the taxpayers and the students. I promise to be the taxpayer's advocate. I am trying very hard to be the best board member I can be. I have been attending events, going to Trenton, attending training sessions, etc. And I have now accumulated 19 board credits on my NJSBA transcript in just 5 months. Being the taxpayer's advocate requires both tenacity and perseverance. After 11 years watching the board, my eyes were wide open and I knew what I was getting into. I did not expect to be welcomed onto this board after the opposition I had faced in the past. All I know is I'm here for the students. We should all want to see student achievement at a reasonable cost to the taxpayers, and right now this does not seem to be the case. I am now making a request in public for legal memos to Mrs. Torella from Mr. Stein from January 5th to the present. I would really like to see these records, and as for the correspondence to DeCara on December 18, 2013, I am waiting for that since April 29th, and I would hope to have this information by June 1st, and I think that's a fair amount of time. If there's anyone considering running for a board seat, the deadline this year for candidates is July 27th, and petitions are available at the county clerk's office in Toms River. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Giordano?
Thank you, President Torella. I, too, want to congratulate all our students this evening and their academic achievements. 98 students getting a perfect score is phenomenal. We should be very proud of our students. We should also be very proud of our teachers. Most importantly, I think we need to give special thanks to the parents of those students. As I've said in the past, education starts and ends in the home, and our staff is fortunate enough to have those students for a couple hours each day, each week. So I believe Mrs. Martinek had come up and spoke about taking a proactive role in your child's education, and I strongly advocate that. Also, I'd like to thank our Teachers of the Year. I'd like to thank you for your dedication to your profession. It's not an easy job educating children, as many may think, and as you could see tonight from the scores and the awards, you're doing a fantastic job in this school district, so we thank you. And with that, I will conclude my remarks.
Thank you. Mrs. McAvoy?
Good evening. In a continuation of a spotlight on graduates, I have two former students to talk about. One is Jeffrey Rivera. He was from the class of 2011. He graduated Stockton University with a Bachelor of Science degree. He majored in biology, he minored in chemistry, and he plans on going to graduate school in the fall to pursue a career as a physician's assistant. So congratulations, Jeffrey, and his parents. We're very proud of you. And next is Christopher Tompkins. He's a 2012 Lacey Township High School graduate. He's presently serving our country in the Navy. He's training as an air rescue swimmer. Once he gets deployed, he can go on humanitarian missions for search and rescue. So Christopher, we're also very proud of you and all your accomplishments. I'll make it short. Congratulations to everyone, especially the Teachers of the Year for motivating and inspiring all our children. And lastly, a shout out to the men's lacrosse team and the girls softball team. They both made it to the second round of states. So we're very proud of both of those teams. And I'm looking forward to all the end of year events to celebrate all the good things in our district. Thank you, President Torella.
Thank you. Mrs. Downey?
Okay, I too would like to congratulate the Teachers of the Year. I'm not going to say which one, but one I've known since she was a little girl and made me feel a little old up here. Interesting that so many of them, out of the 6, so many were involved in special education. And in today's world, our teachers have to be cognizant of the different learning styles of both regular ed and special ed. And it was just an honor to see so many of our special ed teachers be recognized, because teaching is a tough job in itself, but when you're dealing with special needs and trying to tap into their resources, it takes a very special person, and I admire them, so congratulations. I also would like to congratulate our 300 Club, 98 students, and I think Mr. Bidwell said it great. Next year we hope to see more. It's a challenge. Let's see if we can maybe double that number. I'd like to also congratulate our students of the month. We don't want to forget them with all the awards we had tonight. Olivia, Jamie, and Michaela for being the unsung hero. I want to mention that tonight we are voting on some retirements. We have 7 people retiring tonight that have been with the district for years. Karen Donahue, Nola Grenley, did I say it right? Yeah. Kenny Hart, Paula Snarberg, Bunny McCauley, Nancy Nolan, and I can't read my name, Terrence Small. A lot of years of experience leaving our district, and I want to wish them a lot of good luck, and remember, every day is a Friday night and every morning's a Saturday or Sunday. You won't regret it. I also want to congratulate the high school, Ocean County, our high school attended the Ocean County Teens Art Festival, and they received a certificate of excellence with a score of 34 out of a possible 35. They also received recognition as the recipients of the Outstanding Achievement Award. So congratulations to the select ensemble for doing such an outstanding job. This is a great time of year. This was a great meeting. We have graduations coming up, a lot of happy events. So I want to congratulate everyone and wish everyone a great end of the year. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And again, there are so many more students who have been honored in our school district in the last month. So the superintendent's report is a must-read. It is online. Is that correct? So please look at it. The pictures are amazing. We have students who are doing amazing things in the sciences, in math, in the arts, in music. It's extremely impressive. I want to remind everybody that June 15th, which is our next school board meeting, will be at the middle school. We're going to try that venue and see if maybe it has better sound and lighting. So that will be at 6 p.m. for the agenda meeting and 7:30 for the regular meeting. Oh, and with that, I will go to Mr. Schubiger. I just want to make sure we let everybody know where our next meeting is.
I certainly have no problem yielding some of my time to you, Mr. President.
So thank you.
Mr. Schubager, can I just interrupt you one
Absolutely.
second? I made a big error. It was Terry Stewart that was retiring. Where I got small, I need handwriting lessons. So I apologize and congratulate them. Thank you, Mr. Schubager.
Anytime. Madam President, may I continue?
Yes, you may. Thank you.
Thank you.
Poor guy.
This is a very special meeting for all of us here on the board. We always look forward to this one in particular because of all the people that we get to see who are doing great things in our district. And I think it represents kind of what our district and what Lacey Township is all about. Because if you think about it, certainly our students who are honored here tonight are showing us what they're doing. Our faculty with the Teachers of the Year. And in this case, tonight, we also saw our business community, who's such an important part of our district, with the donations each and every month that we see on the agenda. Jersey Mike's in particular with the 3,400 plus. That's phenomenal. I happen to be a big fan of Jersey Mike's, so that's an extra, very nice. The number 8, I have to, number 8's a good one. And then fourth is not the least important of this sort of, this whole formula that we have for a good community. Students, faculty, our business community, and of course our family, which several of us have already spoken about. When you put those 4 items together and they're working together, it really makes for a great community and a great district. I think that is something that makes Lacey very special, and I thought tonight really represented that well. I also want to talk about boardsmanship, I guess, is a theme a little bit tonight. And it certainly is true. The administration, led by our superintendent, manages the day-to-day operations of the school district. This board sets policy and helps us set the direction, the planning of where we want to go as a district. And we work together to do all the things that go into a great district. But I'll speak for myself, and I'm sure others would say the same. I disagree with people all the time, in general, but also up here as a board member, I've voted no on items in the past, even tonight, on budgets and bill lists when necessary, not just because I felt that no matter what information I had, I was going to vote no. It was because after discussion with people, my colleagues, with administration, and how I felt about something, in the end, I decided to not agree with everybody else. And I think that's part of being a good board member. But just to be able to stand up and say no matter what happens, no matter what I hear, no matter what information I get, I'm voting no anyway, that's a little bit different. So I think we got to be careful with how we carry ourselves and conduct ourselves. Disagreeing is great. I think it's what makes us a good board. But let's not be mistaken. We have a superintendent. We have a great staff. This board needs to set the course and let them do their jobs. I think that's very important for everyone to understand. And then finally, thank you to all the members of the public who came out to speak tonight. Michael Martinak, who I've known a very long time, congratulations on your graduation. And if I recall, we had a very quick conversation when he first went off to school to Washington, D.C., because that's where I went to college. And ironically, we faced very similar circumstances. I had a lot of classmates who went to private schools and parochial schools, and I came from Lacey, which I'm very proud of, but it was certainly a transformation, and it was something new for me to experience. But I always felt that I wasn't behind those students who went to those schools, but I was a little bit ahead of them because I went to Lacey, and I think Michael would say the same thing. So a little bit of parallel. I won't say how many years later, but several years later, but a similar story. And we're all proud of Michael and all the students who have come through here and are achieving so much. So with that, thank you all, faculty, students, family, for a great night, and we look forward to a very successful ending to this school year. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I'll keep it brief. We're here for the students, and the students first and only. That's our job. That's why we're here. We may all come at it from a different angle, but we are here to do what we showed you tonight, which is to show you successful students, to show you teachers that are teaching students in all different ways, from special ed, science, French, all different ways, and making sure that we meet each and every student's needs. We're here to set policy and to make sure the administration carries that out. That is our job. We all are pitching in, and I want to thank all the board members for attending 2, 3, 4 meetings a week on top of the other activities that are going on in all our schools. And I wish I could make all the activities. Unfortunately, none of us can. It's a very busy time of year with contract negotiations and our budget just being passed. So I want to thank everybody for their positive contribution, and for us to just remember as a board, we're here for the students first and not for ourselves. Congratulations to everybody, and Mrs. McAvoy, thank you for also bringing our attention to our other graduates and how they're doing. It's just amazing. Sometimes we forget what people are doing, and all our students are just doing amazing things, so thank you for that. And with that, I'd like everyone to turn to page 36. Do I have a motion on new business A through R? Do I have a second? Thank you, Mr. Giordano. Roll call?
Mr. Bidwell.
Yes.
Mrs. DeSenza.
I have some no's on item A, yes on B, yes on C, D, E, and F, and G, no on H, yes on I, yes on J, no on K, yes for L, no on M, no on N, and O is a yes. P, Q, and R is yes, and R on all except attachment L. I would like to abstain on that one, and not for conflict. And that's it.
Did you get all that?
I don't know if I did.
So R was a yes, except abstain on,
Item,
On
attachment L, yes.
Attachment
L like Larry.
L, you're abstaining on?
Yes.
Request for proposals?
No, no, no.
Within
The
item R,
attachment
there's
L.
an addendum L.
The attachment L, abstain, not for conflict.
On job description?
Yes, job description, attachment L.
Okay.
Mr. Giordano,
Yes.
Mrs. McAvoy,
Yes.
Mrs. Downing.
Yes, and I just want to point out, under J, under district taxes, if you'll notice that there are dates listed there. Now, after our township liaison meeting between the board and the township, it was agreed to set up some kind of schedule, and I believe these are the dates from that meeting. Am I right, Mr. Savage?
This date was discussed.
Right. Okay, and also on O, I want to point out the use of facilities, that there are, Lacey Recreation uses our buildings along with, uses the school for fireworks. So there is a cooperation between the town and the school board regardless of what you hear. I'll vote yes on all of them. Thank you.
Mr. Schubager,
Yes, and I want to point out also on item J, the district taxes. I did ask our business administrator, board secretary, to send that information out, certified or registered, to make sure it was received, so there's no confusion when we talk throughout the year about those funds being dispersed from the township to the school district. And also on O, use of facilities, sorry, Mrs. Downing, we had the same two. I just want to point out again how much our school district is utilized as a community center for the township. I think it's great. We're open to it. It's great for all of our residents, particularly for our children, and we're happy to continue to do that. And again, my vote is yes.
Mrs. Terrell,
Yes. On page 41, donations from Home Depot to Forked River School, $189. Home Depot to Mill Pond, $100. Jersey Mike subs, as I'd like to amend that amount, it's $3,517.39. Mrs. and Mr. Michael Kirschner to Cedar Creek, $300. 30 cents, I apologize. So back to Jersey Mike, $3,517.30. Mr. and Mrs. Van Zant to Cedar Creek, $150. General Mills Box Tops, Lenoka Harbor, $726. And Ms. Joyce Rager, $3,345 for fishing gear and supplies to the high school. On behalf of the board, I want to thank everybody. We have corporations and we have individuals giving significant amount. We couldn't do it without you, so thank you. Do I have a motion?
I'll move as amended.
Second.
Roll call?
Mr. Bidwell,
Yes.
Mrs. DeSenza,
Yes, and thank you very much.
Mr. Giordano,
Yes, thank you.
Mrs. McAvoy,
Yes.
Mrs. Downing,
Yes.
Mr. Schubager,
Yes, thank you.
Mrs. Terrell.
Yes. Same page, programs, curriculum, A, do I have a motion?
Move.
Second.
Roll call?
Mr. Bidwell,
Yes.
Mrs. DeSenza,
Yes.
Mr. Giordano,
Yes.
Mrs. McAvoy,
Yes.
Mrs. Downing,
Yes.
Mr. Schubager,
Yes.
Mrs. Terrell.
Yes. Next page, professional days and workshops, A, do I have a motion?
Move.
Second.
Roll call?
Mr. Bidwell,
Yes.
Mrs. DeSenza,
Yes.
Mr. Giordano,
Yes.
Mrs. McAvoy.
Yes.
Mrs. Downing,
Yes.
Mr. Schubager,
Yes.
Mrs. Terrell.
Yes. Same page, student matter, A, do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call?
Mr. Bidwell,
Yes.
Mrs. DeSenza,
Yes.
Mr. Giordano,
Yes.
Mrs. McAvoy.
Yes.
Mrs. Downing,
Yes.
Mr. Schubager,
Yes.
Mrs. Terrell.
Yes. On certificated personnel, A through P, do I have a motion?
Move.
Second.
Thank you. Roll call?
Mr. Bidwell,
Yes.
Mrs. DeSenza,
Yes on A, B, C, and D. E abstain, not for conflict. F, yes. G, yes. H, yes. I, yes. J, yes. K, yes. I, yes. M, yes. N, yes. O, abstain, not for conflict. And I believe that's the last one in that section. Oh, no, here's more. P, substitute teachers, yes. And is that the end of that one?
Mr. Giordano.
Yes.
Mrs. McAvoy.
Yes.
Mrs. Downing.
Okay, I'm going to vote yes, except for item E on pages 47 and 48. I'm abstaining on the middle school appointments, and also on letter O on pages 52 to 53. I'm abstaining on the middle school appointments.
Mr. Schubiger.
I will abstain on item O, Forked River School, because it's the right thing to do, and I will vote yes on the remainder.
Mrs. Terrell.
Yes. And Mr. Stein, I believe we have an add-on?
There's an add-on, yes. We're not done.
Oh, I'm sorry, am I missing a page
Section
then?
7.
Page
54. 54, I apologize. Support non-certificated staff personnel, A through F. Do I have a motion?
Move.
Second.
Roll call?
Mr. Bidwell.
Yes.
Mrs. DeSenza.
Yes on A, yes on B, yes on C, and I'm sorry to see them go. D, yes. E, abstain, not for conflict. And yes on F.
Mr. Giordano.
Yes.
Mrs. McAvoy.
Yes.
Mrs. Downing.
Yes.
Mr. Schubiger.
Yes.
Mrs. Terrell.
Yes. Now, Mr. Stein, do you have an add-on motion?
Yes, thank you. Requested the board adopt a motion, move that the board approve the signed resolution for request for due process for student G.
Move.
Second.
Roll call?
Mr. Bidwell.
Yes.
Mrs. DeSenza.
Yes.
Mr. Giordano.
Yes.
Mrs. McAvoy.
Yes.
Mrs. Downing.
Yes.
Mr. Schubiger.
Yes.
Mrs. Terrell.
Yes. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The meeting is over. Thank you, everyone who stayed.